Hi guys, so I was trying to decide what I wanted to do with my VEDA, and I was watching Kelsey from Plus One Please. I was watching her channel, and she had did a video, and she had a baby more recently than I have, but she did a video about pregnancy regrets, and I thought that was like a really good idea, actually, mainly for me. So when I'm pregnant, partly when I'm pregnant with surrogacy, but mostly when I'm pregnant with my next one of ours, I can realize the things that I wish I would have done with Cody's pregnancy. So I'm going to do that. So if you guys have been watching me for a while, I had my baby in October of 2011, so he will be a year old in just a couple months. It's weird to think about that. So if I'm stuttering a little bit when I'm trying to think of stuff, I'm sorry. I would have usually, for something like this, would have like wrote it down on a notepad, but I'm doing this really quick just so I can get a VEDA video up because I'm really busy tonight. So anyways, so regrets of my pregnancy. One thing I was really grateful for was I took pictures weekly. I think I only missed like 2 weeks, so I can see myself growing. But I did not. I was so excited for Cody to be here, which I mean I assume is normal. But I just didn't really take time to just love being pregnant. And looking back, I realized I really did love being pregnant, which is why I'm being a surrogate, because I really enjoyed it, and I didn't have a complicated pregnancy, and I just, yeah, I was so excited to get to the next stage, you know, like, I wanted him to kick, and then when he was kicking, I wanted to feel him roll, and I wanted to rush to get to the gender, to find out the gender, and I just didn't ever, like, sit back and just, like, revel in me being pregnant, really. I wish I would have kept a journal. I started a journal, and I think I wrote in it for like the first 6 to 8 weeks, and then I just quit. And I didn't write down anything. So the only memories really that I have of it are watching my pregnancy vlogs, and even then, there's stuff that you just might think to yourself, or stuff that happens, and either you don't really feel comfortable mentioning it on a video, or you just don't think to mention it, because I know with me at least, most of the time when I was getting ready to do my videos, my brain like died, and I was just trying to think of anything baby related in that pregnancy, like, or that week, I mean, well, I haven't got sick this week, I bought this, and here's my belly, you know. And so I wish I would have kept a journal so I could look back. And so if I'm ever asked, you know, like by a daughter of mine or a daughter-in-law of mine, like, oh, you know, like, what did you do in your pregnancy when you were 12 weeks along and this happened, you know, and I could say, and so I regret that. I definitely want to do that next. The other thing is, I still have a chance to do this. I could still do this. I just need to get going. I wish I would have kept, or did a pregnancy, like, scrapbook, because like right now, I know I still have all of my ultrasound pictures, but I have no idea where they are, and I wish I just had put them right into a book so I could just have them, and include journal entries and pictures of my belly from that week and stuff. So that was definitely a thing. Another regret. Well, this isn't really a regret. I'm really glad we found out Cody's gender, but we've been talking, and we don't think we will find out the gender of the next one. Just because we want to be surprised, like, just to go in and not even know, and then come out with a baby, and, you know, that's not so much a regret, it's just something that we'll probably do differently. And it could change on the third one. I mean, maybe the third one will go back to knowing, you know, who knows. I think, oh, I had something else and I can't remember now. I can't remember. I was pretty good at reading pregnancy books, but I never read, and this is actually sort of Kelsey had mentioned this, and I didn't think about it ever until she mentioned it, and then I realized it. I was really good at reading pregnancy books. I read the What to Expect, and I was always reading my updates, like, oh, this is what the baby's doing, and this is the size it is. Oh, look, it's an olive this week, you know. But I never read, like, after baby comes books. I just assumed it was going to come naturally, and it didn't. Like, I mean, certain things, you know, like baby cries, go check it, you know, but getting him, like, I didn't know how important the schedule was, you know, and so that took me a while to figure out, and I didn't read any breastfeeding books because I figured that was going to be the easiest thing, you know, pop them on and then feed them. And so with a combination of my naivety and bad advice from people, I wasn't able to breastfeed for very long. And looking back, right after I guess this isn't really pregnancy related, but right after I had him, when I wasn't producing milk, I assumed my body was just screwing up, and people told me, like, you know, there are people that can't produce milk, but usually it's just, you know, either they're not trying hard enough or they're not trying the right things. And I thought I was trying everything, you know, like I did the fenugreek and I did brewer's yeast and I did other things, and the big thing I never did was like supply and demand sort of, you know, people told me to have him feed 5 minutes on one side and 5 minutes on the other when he's little, and I would do that, and later on, you know, people would talk to me like, well, your chest never knows to make more milk if you're never emptying them out completely. So, you know, I found out, like, feed on one side, and then the next time feed on the other. So I just, while I was pregnant, I should have read books like that. I should have read books on breastfeeding and books on sleeping and books on development, like things to help them develop faster as far as, like, mentally and physically, and, like, not physical, but like motor skills, that's kind of physical. So just stuff like that. And I mean, I guess a lot of it is just first-time mom, you know, you live and learn. So, but it's so important for me not to do that with my next pregnancies. Even with the surrogacy pregnancy, I want to enjoy it. I don't want to just go through it and be like, meh, I'm pregnant, oh, look, I'm 10 weeks, oh, look, I'm 12 weeks, but, you know, I want to really enjoy it. I don't want to be rushing to get to the end, especially with the surrogacy baby, because the end is really the end. You know, once I deliver, that's it. So I just need to learn to relax and take time and not rush things, even though you're excited and you can't wait to see your baby, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much it that I can think of. I mean, I'm sure I'll think of more stuff, but those are like the big things that I really wish I would have done. I guess one more thing I would add was to research more things about labor and delivery, you know, like pain relief strategies. I didn't think I was going to need it because I was set on having an epidural, so I didn't need it, and then my epidural didn't work, and I was in pain, and I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know to breathe or to have like an outlet. I was just in pain. That's all I knew, you know. So to research that maybe, and to do all the exercises that you think you're not going to need, and to be, you know, like, oh, you know, they tell you to do Kegels, but do you really need to do Kegels? You know, just that sort of thing I was still pretty active when I was pregnant, but I could have been more active, you know, and just little stuff like that. And it's really crazy to look back now, and I almost have a 1-year-old, and just the things that I could have done better, and I just hope I do better next time. So, anyways, that's it for my VEDA day 6 or 7. I don't even know what the date is. I think it's 7. I think tomorrow I will do one on, like, after baby regrets. Not of the baby, of course, but just stuff I should have done or will do with my next child. So, anyways, talk to you guys later. Bye!